You're watching Day or Night X. X is for exotics, and this is Sonny Corleone. He is a Lemon Blast male, and this guy is one of my favorite ball pythons to film outdoors because, just like the name suggests, he's a Lemon Blast. If you don't know, that's a pastel pinstripe, and he just pops in the sunlight. In fact, I had to kind of take this in multiple takes because he's also very active, as you'll see in this video. He never really sits still. He's constantly looking around. He's very curious, but he's not a very aggressive snake at all, and he's one of my best eaters. And he has been having a really nice growth rate. Now you can see him. He is a very slender looking male, and my pinstripe that I have along with this guy, I have another pinstripe male, just a straight up pinstripe. They both have very similar body structures. Unlike my spiders who fatten up with all their feedings, these guys really take a very athletic looking look to them. They're very streamlined and very agile and flexible little ball pythons. They can really move when they want to. As far as speed goes, he can, if he gets out in the open, he is very fast for a ball python. He's an awesome addition to my collection, and this is one of the ball pythons I wanted from day one. I always wanted a pastel pinstripe. I am a huge fan of pastel and anything reduced patterns with pinstripes and spiders and things like that. So this was a no-brainer, just like my pastel genetic stripe was a no-brainer, and some of my my queen bee animals like that. Along comes like the queen bee. The eyes on this animal, and with any pastel, you get the really nice green eyes. This guy's eyes really goes well with that beautiful color palette that he has, and his belly is obviously a very beautiful soft white, pure white, nothing on it at all other than blushing that goes back up on the sides of this animal. And speaking of blushing, his head is another feature that I like. It's just the older he gets, I thought he would lose a little bit more of this, and he is starting to fade as far as the top of him along his spine, and on the sides of him a little bit. It's starting to turn a little bit more of a copper, where it used to be a kind of a very bright orange. Now it's finally starting to brown up just a little bit. Now, when I tried to film these snakes outside, I always try to capture them when they're fresh out of a shed. But this guy, I just had a feeding. It's been a couple days since he fed, and I wanted to go ahead and give an update on him, even though he should be shedding out in probably maybe the next month or so. So his colors are not as vibrant as they would be if he just shed out. But I wanted to go ahead and get this guy before he got too deep in the shed and it gets too deep in the fall, and I can't really bring these animals outside to film them anymore. So I just want to go ahead and update a few more snakes, even though they're not really in shed, or even though they are in shed and the colors aren't as brilliant as they could be. But as you can see here, even without being a fresh shed, he is a very beautiful animal. And he's been a little quiet lately over the summer. He hasn't been taking food for most of the summer, which is also contributing to his very sleek look there. But he just took down a meal, and that's why I went ahead and I filmed him after he just had a meal, and I'm sure he'll pick it back up. But compared to what he normally is like, he's normally just greedy. Every time I open up the tub to get him out or do maintenance, he's ready to strike at the food. He hasn't been doing that lately, so this summer he kind of just took it easy. He's been just chilling. He really hasn't been moving around all that much in his enclosure, but as you can see, he's back at it. He's on the move again. I can tell when he's in his tub that he's ready for regular feedings again, which is cool because this is one of the guys that have been, unlike some of my other males in my collection, this male has been growing at the proper rate he should be growing in with the food that he's been getting. Because I have a few other ones like my straight up pinstripe who I've had for years, and he just now has gotten up to size, and I've had him for quite a while. And I have my little pastel male that has been taking a while. I have a few other snakes in my collection that male-wise, they're just taking a little longer to get up to sizes than I would like, because they just for whatever reason they want to get off food for a little bit. So this is one of the guys I have been feeding a little bit more than I normally would, and now that he's back on his feedings, I'm definitely going to be picking his feedings up just a little bit to make sure he gets back up to where he should be at this age. And I haven't had him for that long. I've had him for maybe a couple years now. And I got him as a baby, so he's doing well with his size, and he's looking really good. This is one of my favorite morphs in the hobby.